Here you can see I have a Tuff Country traction bar installed on this side. It just mounts to the leaf spring here. Now on my truck, I was able to go, it's hard to tell on the camera, but it's actually in between the leaf spring and the sway bar. And it looks like with the articulation, I was able to get it in between her decently. Okay, on this side, it's a little bit of interference here. So I'm gonna cut the corner off this leaf spring. And for some reason, my sway bar bolt's sticking out a little bit farther. So I'm gonna shave it a little bit with a sloped angle. I'm gonna shave it in a sloped angle. And with the suspension articulation, it should never, if you really look, if it goes up and down, they should never go on the other side of the bolt. The bolt heads, oh, that'll be safe. Other than that, that's pretty minor modifications, I would say, for retaining my overload springs, and then of course retaining my sway bar. I wouldn't take that off for any reason. So, pretty bad axle wrap. Hopefully this cures it. And this, basically this traction bar is just a tracking bar, or almost like a radius arm, and it really looks like it should work without major deterioration of the ride. There is bushings in there to soften it, jacking up the rear end up and down. Obviously it's kind of hard when you're jacking it, but it's, seems normal. It doesn't feel like it wants to be locked in one place or anything like that. So the only thing I don't really like about this is that this has only got one bracket instead of two brackets. We'll see in time how that works out. I would think be a lot stronger design if it was locked in on the other side as well, but if you think about it, most shocks only have one side locked in, but I would assume the force that's going to be exerted on this at times is going to be much more than what a shock would see. So I'm going to button up the last few things and then put the wheel on and try it out. Well, I do have traction bars. I did those early in the year. Basically 90% of my wheel hop's gone. A lot more traction on asphalt, more traction on snow and mud. On snow and mud, it wouldn't hop under wide open throttle before, but it would hop under light load, which is where you just give it a little bit of gas. You don't really want it to spin, you want it to grab. Well, it used to hop every now and then. It pretty much got rid of that, so I can climb like a snowy incline and stuff like that without hopping and losing all my traction. Another thing about the traction bars is, well, my truck almost never squats anyway, but now it's about pretty much impossible for my truck to squat now. I've had a couple thousand pounds in the back, pulled heavy trailers. It really made the rear end a lot more rigid. I already rode rough before, so it rides a little bit rougher, but it's not that noticeable actually because it rode rough anyway. So yeah, it pretty much will only level out and it stops there, which is pretty cool. It pretty much upgrades the rear end on it to probably like an F250 or greater. So I'm gonna demonstrate the traction bar.
Well, pull's pretty good. That's good. Is that okay?
Fuck yeah! Yeah! Board power!
Going hard!
Oh yeah!
Let him.
Woo! Yeah!
Fuck yeah! Dude, Dylan, look at the header. Look at the header.
Be like that.
Where's Dan at?
Yeah! You're
That is awesome! Dan! We have the windows up.
I'm about to keep you.